Hey, what's going on, everybody? John Shea here from the No Shame Income blog, and today I'm going to bring you a ConvertKit review. So if any of you guys have been on the fence about ConvertKit or possibly you've been hearing about it, when this particular email marketing service hit the scene, a lot of marketers and bloggers just really started switching over to them. And the biggest reason for that is that they offer some really cool automation features that you'd find in some of the higher end software tools that are out there, other email marketing services. And generally, the pricing was a lot more affordable, and ConvertKit was a little bit easier to use. So, I want to walk you through what the ConvertKit platform is all about. And then at the end of this video, I'll even leave a link below this, depending on where you're watching it, on my blog, wherever. I'm actually going to leave a link to a course that I put together that really walks you through all of ConvertKit, and it's 100% free. You don't have to pay anything to join that course. So you'll be able to check that out and really get like a full-on in-depth look at all the features, and I just kind of compare everything. So let's kind of talk a little bit about email marketing in general. Why is this important? The first thing is that if you're running a blog or any sort of online business, having an email list is going to be one of the most important things you could possibly do. I make sales every single month from emailing my list, different offers, different opportunities, whether or not it's courses that I create, products other people create, offering anything through affiliate marketing. Those are the kinds of things you can do with email marketing. Whether or not you're selling just about anything, it's going to be ultimately just a pretty much a requirement for a tool you're going to be needing when it comes to an online business. So they really catered this towards people that were bloggers, but anybody could use this. If you were running a Shopify store, you could go out and use ConvertKit. So in terms of cost, it's not one of the cheapest to get started with, but in terms of features, it's really feature rich. So there's some videos here that kind of talk about why this is a good solution. A lot of big name people moved over to them, such as Pat Flynn. Here you can see a quote from him that he really likes the automation rules, and the other providers were very overwhelming, and they make it really simple. It's very much like an if this then that sort of sequence. So I'll show you some of those things and we can kind of go from there. They also have some integrations with other big platforms like Shopify, Gumroad, Zapier, Lead Pages, WordPress, so on and so forth, and they got tons of integrations. So the biggest thing about what they offer is the automation. Not a lot of other providers have this. If you look at something like an Aweber, for example, last I checked, they don't offer a lot of these types of features. But if you were to go to something like an Infusionsoft, then yes, you would get some of these features built in, but you're going to pay quite a bit of money to get going with it. So let's actually log in, and I'll show you kind of the deal with some of the features and dive in. So I'm logged in, and basically as soon as you come in, you can see all your different subscriber rates each day. So you can see I'm getting a few opt-ins each day. Like today I got 10 new opt-ins on my free course opt-in that I offer. And I've also got some other forms that I've got just kind of lying out there, one for another site of mine. Basically what you can do with this is you could set up different things. So in terms of forms, this is where I am now. This is kind of like the main dashboard. You can see how many total email subscribers you have. I was able to gain 143 new subscribers over the last 30 days. And then you could really drill down into some more of that if I wanted to filter for different time periods. And then you can also create what they call sequences. So I could set up a specific sequence that sends out emails over a period of time. So I'll give you an example. Here's one that I have for a free course. As soon as people opt in, they get a free video, part of this video series, and then the next day they get video 2, the next day video 3. I kind of wrap things up, and then I actually start sharing with them a case study of an affiliate product, and then at the end I basically pitch them on that product, and if they decide to buy, then I earn a commission. So it works out really well, and I've been able to make some sales from that. So you can track pretty much everything from you can set up your emails. You've got a full-on editor here. It's very easy to use. The sequencing in here is super simple. You basically just go in and you can edit when things actually get sent. So I could say, hey, this goes X number of days or hours after the prior email. You could say, it goes out on specific days. You can then even check reports, so I can see like the engagement on this, like that initial email gets a really high open rate and then sort of declines over time, which is pretty normal. But generally, I'm getting a really high, conversion on these. People are clicking and nobody is really unsubscribing. So this is really cool to be able to see this all in real time, see how the emails are performing. And of course, these are great open rate numbers. This is something a lot of people are concerned about. Usually like the average is probably like 10 to 20%. So with this particular platform, I don't know if it's because of the content I'm sharing, but I'm getting really high open rates with this sequence, as much as 30% or higher. So that's pretty awesome. And then you can set up broadcasts. So here's an example of some that I just did. I just sent out an income report to my followers here on February 1st, which is today. And immediately I sent this out about 3 hours ago. I sent it out at 1:10. It's about 4:15. So I can see of the 2,000 people, I got a 17% open rate, 5.7% click rate, which was 122 clicks. And of course, on every email, it's expected some people will just unsubscribe. So you can go back and see the performance of all your emails, any promotions. It's very easy to set up a new broadcast. You can come in and basically say, hey, new broadcast. You could schedule that. You could add in other features, so you could do anything you really need to do when it comes to scheduling the emails and also viewing reports once they've been sent. You can see here I've got another promotion for another product I'm going to be promoting coming up on the 3rd. So I'm sending them sort of a hey, get excited about this email on the 2nd, which is tomorrow, and then when it opens on the 3rd, I'm going to invite them to go check out a review. So it's really cool. I can have all this stuff automated and ready to go, and when this launches on the 3rd, hopefully I'll be out of the gym or something, or doing something else. Maybe I'll be playing a video game and this thing's just firing out. So it's really awesome. And I'm not going to go in here because I don't want to have any private information shared with email addresses, but you can manage all your subscribers in there. It's very simple. You can sort by different tags, is what they call it. You can even sort by forms, which is here. Usually a form is some form of opt-in, but you could also segment people into tags. Now, the really cool thing with ConvertKit is you can also set up these automations. So I'll give you an example of one that I did. In that same video series sequence, I actually set something up where if someone clicked on a specific link, I would add that person into a specific tag. And the reason I did that was I wanted to know how many people were actually engaging with that particular link. So I can actually go in and check out that tag. I can see here, here's an example of it. You can see basically what happens is when they click this link, this destination link, it's going to add them to the specific tag. Now, if I wanted to set up different automations, you can pretty much do anything you want. They have a trigger, which then sets off an action. So you could say if they subscribe to a sequence, so this could be like an email form, like that video series I have, that's a sequence. Maybe they do that, it puts them into a form, adds a tag, you can kind of have that do different things. If they subscribe to a form, maybe that puts them into a sequence. That's what I'm doing right now. If they complete the sequence, maybe you put them down another path, like if they went through the whole thing, now send them back somewhere else. If they click on a link, maybe have them subscribe to another section or add them to a specific tag. That's what I did with the last example. And then you get some other ones, tag removed, tag added. So you can do quite a bit of stuff here. It gets really, I don't want to say complicated, because it is very simple to look at it from an oversight. In terms of pricing, I'm going to log out. And we'll go back to, I'm just going to go back to the home page. Wanted to break down some of the pricing options for you guys. So if you're just starting out, you're looking at about $29 a month, which is pretty reasonable. If you compare that to like a Get Response, it's about $15 a month, or Aweber's about 20. But you're not necessarily going to get, in my opinion, the same kind of delivery rates, and you're not also really going to get some of the automation features, the simplicity of the interface. I've used all those other providers, even like MailChimp, which is free, and this is my favorite right now, and it's mostly because just the way everything's laid out. Their customer service is pretty helpful. I was even able to talk with someone over a live one-on-one like Skype call, which was really cool. They went out of their way to do that. And right now I'm using this plan at the $49 a month with about a couple thousand subscribers. You can also track things like, people that aren't engaging with your emails. They really break down, what's included, everything from forms, courses to landing pages, the automation rules, and you can send as many emails as you want. You do have the option to cancel at any time. They'll never penalize you for success, if you're growing really quickly. They have options to remove you from your old email list. You can even set up a demo with them, so it's pretty cool to get going with. What I'm going to do is leave a link in either below the video description or in the article, wherever it is you're watching this video. If you do decide to pick up ConvertKit, I do earn a little bit of a commission. I'll throw you guys a bonus course. I haven't decided at this very moment what that is, but I will throw something together that's cool, that gives you guys kind of an idea on what you can be doing there. And if you have any questions or you like a more in-depth view at ConvertKit, I do have a mini course that I put together over on my blog, and I'm going to link you guys to that. You can go check that out and really go through all the different features. I kind of drill down into some of this a little bit more in depth. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful.